Hello guys, you are welcome back to the channel. It's another wonderful day and my name is Maxwell from Max Multimedia. Alright guys, so in today's tutorial I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to design this church program flyer in Photoshop. And without wasting much time, let's get right into the video of the day. Alright guys, so over here we are in Photoshop 2020, and what I'm going to do is to just head over to my create new here, and then I'm going to be going with 5 by 5 inches resolution 300, and I'll just come and click on create. Alright, so I'm just going to clear off all this guide I have here, guidelines. I'll just clear everything off. Alright, so sorry, now over here are the resources I am using to design this. Link is in the description. You can just download all of this and also practice along. Alright, so over here I will just drag this red carpet background to Photoshop like this. Okay, so I'm just going to open it. I'll just open it up like this. Okay, so I think this is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a layer mask to it, and then I'm going to select my brush tool. Let me open the brush a bit. Now making sure that the foreground color over here is black. Okay, then you can just go ahead and just clean the down. Okay, just do it as much as you want. Okay, I think this is fine for me. So before then, I would like to add a solid color to it. So I'm coming to click on my background here, and then I'm coming over to my adjustment layer here, and then I'm coming to click on solid color, and then I'll just go with red like this, and I think this is fine for now. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is to just this background is too sharp in the background, so I'm just going to blur it out a bit. So come to your filter, come to blur, and then Gaussian blur. So I will just take the radius down. I'll just be okay. Let me see 10. I think 10 will do. Alright, for now 10 is okay, so I'll just give it 10, and that's fine. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going back to my resources here, and then I'm going to get the church logo over here like this, and I'm just going to resize it like this. Okay, just going to resize it like this, and I think this is okay. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'll just place it here. Then I'm going to activate my text tool, and then I'm going to write the church name. So I'm just going to write Jesus Life Ministry. Okay, so I'll change the color to red, and then I'm going to just space it. I'll increase the gap to, let me drop my text tool first. Then I'll just place this here, and I think this is okay. So the next thing I want to do is to let me group my work. Okay, so I'm coming to select my background here, and then the solid color, and then Ctrl G on my keyboard to group it. I'm going to name this one to background, and that is fine. And then I'm also going to select the church logo and then the church name, and then I'm going to group that one also. So I'll just name it to church logo. So I will do CH and then logo. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to come to my text tool here, and then I'm going to write present. Okay, so I'm just going to write present. So let me change the typeface to something different. There is a font Bugatti. Okay, I'm just going to see Bugatti. Okay, here. Oh, I like using this font. Okay, so I'm just going to release it from all caps. Okay, so I will change the color to black, and then I'm just going to close the gap to 0, and then I'm going to just place it here like this, and then I think that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write again. I'm going for my text tool, and then I'm going to write Hour of Glory. But before I write, I'm going to change my font to Poppins, and I'm going to give it bold, and I think that is fine. So I'm just going to write hour of glory, and that should be fine. I'm changing the color to white, and I'm just going to increase the size like this, and I think let me drop my text too. I think for now this is okay, so I'll just place this here for now. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to group these two, present and then the hour of glory. I'll just select the two, and then I'm going to just Ctrl G to group it. Then I'm going to name this to present, and that's fine. So again, I'm going back for my text tool, then I'm going to just write the theme. Okay, so I'll just write theme, and then I'm just coming to change the font to should I use, okay, I'll use the same Bugatti. Okay, so I'm just going to resize this one like this. I think this is fine. Okay, so I'll just place it here like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another copy of this one. Hold your Alt and then drag the text down to create a copy. Then I'm going to write so I'm going to change this font to, let me see, I have one particular font in mind. Okay, so one thing I'm not really good in is keeping the name of fonts in mind. Okay, unless I see it. There is, please just bear with me, let me just look for it. Okay, I think okay, not this one. Okay, here, this is the font. Okay, so I like to use this font. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me just bolden it, and then I'm going to create another copy with this, and then I'm just going to use this to write vessel. Okay, so vessel, and I'm going to change this font to Black Star. Okay, so Black Stars, here is it, Black Stars regular, and then I'm going to Ctrl T to just open it up like this. Okay, and this is fine, and then I'll just place it here. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of this one, and then I'm going to change the typeface to Poppins, and then I'll use bold, and then let me untick this. Then I'm going to write, so the theme is the vessel of honor. Okay, so I'm just going to write of honor here like this, and that should be fine. So I'm just going to increase the gap like this, so I can have just this. Alright, so I'm going to first of all put all of this thing, the theme here, I'm going to put every one of it into a new group. So I'm just going to name the folder to theme, and that should be fine. So I'll just select all, and then I'll transform this to something like this. Okay, I think this is alright. So what I want to do is I'm just going to give it some shadow, some drop shadow. So come over here and then come and select your drop shadow here. Then I'm just going to play around the settings. Let me see if I can add some bevel and emboss to it. Just trying to play along to see if I can get something, something to make it look a bit creative. Alright, so let me see if I can, oh easy, this thing is too much. Let me even change the color to something like this, black. First of all, let me check how it looks like first. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the effect from this one to the these two. I'll copy it from the vessel to the of honor here, and also on the day. Okay, so let me just hold your alt and then click on the effect here and then drag it, and then do the same thing. Hold your alternate and then drag the effects to wherever you want to copy it. Alright, so I think this is not bad. If in case I want to take off the effect, I will just go back and do that. Let me add something to, okay, let me just copy the effects to the theme, and then I will just off I just need only the shadow on this one, so I'll just off the stroke and the bevel and emboss. Okay, so guys, I think this is not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my resources here. Let me see, have I grouped the theme already? Alright, I've grouped it already. I love to group my work, so yeah, that is it. So what I'm going to do is I'll go back to my resources here, and then I'm going to drag this here like this. Just going to open it up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, I'll just open it, okay, like this. Let me close it like this. For now this is fine. Okay, so I'm just going to place it here. And okay, so sorry, I forgot something. I need to write a scripture under the theme, so I'll come and click on the theme here, so that it will take me to the folder. And then I'm going to select my text tool here. I'm going to change my font to Poppins, and then I'm going to write 2 Timothy 2 verse 21. Okay, so I'm just going to resize this, then I'm going to put it here. Alright, so I think that is okay. Well, let me give it black color and see how it's going to look like. The black is off, so I'll just leave it to white, and that is fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is on top of the red solid color here. Okay, so just click on the red solid color, and then I'm coming to select my lasso tool, and then I'm just going to draw something like this. Okay, just do this kind of zigzag line here like this. And then once you are done with that, what you want to do is come and click on your solid your adjustment layer here, come to solid color, and then I want to give it white. So make sure that you do this on top of this red color we have at the background. Okay, so I'm just going to open it up some more. Press Ctrl T to just transform it like this. Okay, so I think this is okay. Now what I want to do from here is I'm going to select this spot here, and then let me open it up. I want to create some shadow for this one, so I'll just come to my shape tool here, come and select your ellipse tool, and then you want to draw something like this. Hold down Ctrl, and then you draw it this way to have this kind of. Alright, so I'm going to change the color from white to black. So just double click here and then come and give it black. Now I'm going to send it under. This is the pot layer, so I'm going to bring this one under it like this, so that it will go under it. Okay, so I'll just position this one properly under this one like this, and I'm going to create a copy. Okay, so Ctrl J to make a copy. Alright, so I'll off one in case of anything. Then I'll select this one. I'll come to my effect filter, come to blur, and then Gaussian blur, then click on rasterize, and then you want to play with the blur radius. Okay, so okay, I think 16.6 is not bad. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to create a copy of it, and then I'm going to drag one on top of this thing like this. I'm going to reduce the opacity of that one, something like this. Now I'm going to on the one I have at the down, and then I'm also going to try to reduce the opacity. Okay, we just want to create something. Let me see, maybe I might have to off this. Okay, so I think this is not bad, this is okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to just select all of this together with the picture here, all these layers. Then I'm going to group it. So I'll just name this to say the pot, or just pot, something like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to head over to my resources here, and then I'm coming to first of all, let me deal with this first, these icons here. So I'll take them to Photoshop like this, then I'm going to resize it. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing right now is this one has a white background, so I'll come and click on the layer, make sure you rasterize it, and then come and click on this eraser tool, come and select the magic eraser tool, and then you can click on the white to just erase the white away. Then you can drop the tool. So I'm just going to place that one here. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, so I'll bring the date and the time icon here, and then I'm going to select my text tool. Then I'm going to write, I'll write the year first, so I'm going to write 2023, and then I'll check it, change the color to black, and then I'm also going to change the font to a font called Kenya Coffee. I'm going to use regular, and then I'm going to Ctrl T to open it up some more like this, and then I'm going to just open it up like this, and that should be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy of it like this. Hold down your alternate and then drag it to this end like this to have this, and then that should be fine. So I'm going to go back for my rectangle, my text tool again, and then I'm going to change the fonts back to Poppins. I'm going to select semi bold, and then I'm going to write. Okay, so I'm just going to use today's date for this particular design, because the truth is I'm just doing this for the sake of this tutorial. This program is not a valid program. Okay, so I'm just going to use today's date. So I'll just say I'll just write 3rd October, sorry, October. Okay, so I'm just going to just close the gap, and then I'm going to, okay, so let me see how it's looking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open I'll select the two dates, and then I need them to be the same, so I'll just do this, and then I'll close. Sorry, I'll have to check this first. Then I'm going to close this from 160 to say 100, and then that should be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll still open it up some more like this. Okay, so that should be fine. So over here I'm just going to I'm just going to select this one like this, then I'm going to use this one to write the time. So say it's going to be an evening or morning program depending on the time you'll be using for it. So I'm just going to write say 6:30. Okay, so I'll just click here. Alright, so I'm going to, let me take this one backward a bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy of this October here to this place. Then I'm going to just edit this one. I'm going to write PM sharp. Okay, so that should be fine. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll be bringing this one a bit closer to this. Okay, so we have our date and then the time here. So I'm coming to bring the location icon here. Okay, and then I'm just going to click, select this one, make a copy of it. I'm going to use this to write my location. So say Amasamai Obeye. So I say Accra. Okay, so let's say this is my location. Okay, and then finally I'm going to resize the location icon. Sorry, I need to resize the location icon a bit like this. Okay, and then I'll bring the call icon also to this place. I'll just resize it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this location text here. Then I'm going to use this to write the number. So because this is not a valid program, I'm still going to write my number. Okay, so I'll just put my country code +233 into bracket, and then I'll write my main number 0597971 So you can get in touch with me on this number on WhatsApp or on normal call. Alright, so guys, I'm just going to place these things properly. Okay, alright. Okay, so let me just open this like this and then place it here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this, and then I'm going to group this to, I'll just write info. Okay, so I'll just push it to this end like this. Alright, so we're almost done. I'm just going to click, sorry, make sure you don't open any folder, just select this folder like this, and then I'm going to bring the picture I have here. I already worked on the picture, so I'm just going to place the picture here like this. Okay, just something like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm thinking of adding a layer mask and erasing this portion, but then let me try that and see how it looks. Okay, yes, let's see how it looks. Not really bad. Okay, so this is not bad. So the last thing I want to do is I'm just coming to select my text tool here, and I'm going to write the name. So I'm just going to write Reverend, sorry, Frank Wiafe. So I'm just going to separate them like this, and then I'm going to close this gap like this, and then I'm also going to resize this. Let me untick the bold, resize it. Okay, so I'm going to change the color to, let me see, white or even red. Okay, so I'll give it white, and then I'm coming to select this and then give it red. So I will just place it here. Alright, so I'm just going to create some background for this one. So I will just come over to my rounded rectangle tool here, just create something simple like this. Okay, I'm just going to change the color, say from white, let me see, red. Yeah, I need to give it something. Okay, let me just see red and then reduce the opacity. Then I'll bring this one on top like this. Okay, let me drop the 2 and then maybe I might be giving the whole thing white because of the red background that I just added. And then this one too, I'll be closing it to say 55, and then to have this. Alright, so that is it. So I'm just going to select this also and then group it, and then I'm going to select right, and that should be fine. So now my background is really looking too red, so I'm going to select it, and then I'm on top of this background. I'll just come and add solid color, and then I'm coming to add something like this. Let me see, just something like this, and I'm going to reduce the opacity to see like this. There you see how I look. The background is too harsh, so I just need something to just. Alright, but then you can choose to go with it anyhow you want it. Okay, so final thing is I'm just going to add some light flare. So as you can see, this is just a simple. So what I'm going to do is, with this background selected, I'll just come over to my resources here. I have this light flare. I'm just going to bring it here like this, and I'm going to just tick it, and I'm coming to change the blend mode from normal to screen, and then I'll just let me bring it on top of this one, and I'm just going to drag it here like this. Then I'm going to make one more copy from that side to this side like this. So what I'm going to do is, it looks like this side is sharp, so I'll add a layer mask to it, and then I'll just clean up this place, is too sharp, and then I'm going to one more, and then I'll bring it here, and then I'm going to reduce the opacity of this one, okay, to not too much. Maybe let me see if I can bring it to this side. So I'm going to these are inside the background, right? Okay, so I'm going to copy one from the background. So I'll just hold my Alt and then drag it on top to the very top. I need it to be on top, so sorry. So something like this, and then I'm going to bring this one on top of the pot. Let me take my opacity back. Just need it here like this, and then to have this. So I think this is not bad, right? Alright, so guys, as you can see, this is how I have been able. But then what I want to do is the info, I want to bring it down and push it to the side, bring it down. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is just a simple flyer design that we have just designed in Photoshop. So guys, keep practicing, keep learning, keep trying new things every day, and probably you become even a master than many of us. So guys, this is how we have been able to design this simple program flyer in Photoshop. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Sign out.